So where did you go today?
Galactic Comic-Con in Winter Garden.
Okay. Where was it located? Winter Garden in
Ninth Avenue. It's like a shopping center, like an old Kmart shopping center.
Sure.
It's like churches and there's like a tile place and yeah, it's Galactic. I don't have the flyer for it.
Who put it on?
I'm not sure the guy's name. Real nice guy though. Great dude. I promoted his store, his shop, or his convention. So,
If you had to guess, how many vendors?
I mean, maybe like 25. It's a small show, you know. It was like it's a church and a shopping center. They have a gymnasium, like a little gymnasium / auditorium stage thing.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll do performances.
And like the front area is nice in the hallway. So there's some stuff in the front. Last time I was there, it was just the front room and the hallway, but now he's got the back room. The lighting was very intimate because they had it set up. It was set up for like the church show, so it was like lower lighting, and they had some. Everything looked near mint.
It's classy. Yeah.
You know?
Cinematic. It's what it is.
Yes, it was cool. It was intimate. That's what I called it. Yeah, it was good. A lot of friends there. A lot of good friends. Mm-hmm. You know, Tom was there. I want to go see him. John Neville. The Heroes After Dark guys were there. Gerald and Comics Den, and my buddy from down south, Glenn Cohen Comics, was there, and the father and son that I met at the Infinity at the Community Con, they were there, and I wanted to see them. You know.
Did you, prior to going, set a budget for yourself and say, okay, here's how much?
I didn't decide to go. I was going until last night.
What was the deciding factor?
Oh, Tom was going to be there. I wanted to see him.
Okay, fair.
You know, and say hi to him. And Angela and Sarah were there, and I wanted to go see them. Gave her a box of Frank Frazetta trading cards from 1991.
Oh.
Yeah, those things are cheap. But they're cool. They're so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a couple of the vans that Jason Lynn's brother, Justin, has done some Rosetta style
stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Barbarian riding on a horse, dragging a giant, axe. Yeah.
Hot chick.
Yeah, of course. Buxom, vivacious.
Yes. Red Sonja dragon riding and Tarna stuff.
Yeah. Which is kind of what I like about the Conan that Titan's doing now is when you're reading through that, it's got that feel like the women is a factor to it, like it's not just like
he's the lamentations of the women.
Speaking of which,
of their women.
did you pick those up there today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is my second. This is a sealed one. This is sealed. I'm a huge Conan fan. I love this.
Yeah, dude.
I know. And I got a second one in case Smurfy doesn't have it. You know, where is that? Yeah. I think this is still sealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's still sealed.
Yeah, so it's a motion picture score.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack. I mean, it's one of the best soundtracks I've ever made. It's just so, it's orchestra, it's drums, it's fucking, It's just look cool.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. This is for Frankie. This is still sealed too. Nice. Maybe not. No, it's slit down the side. That's not sealed.
Yeah. It's still got the plastic on it.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah.
One night in Bangkok, chess. He likes chess stuff, so.
Yeah.
And this is messing around. This I'll probably just put in the shop. Superman. $10. What do you do? I don't know. This is sealed too. Peter Pan records. Peter Pan got some of the best stuff. Yeah, she's still sealed.
Nice.
Some tape on her, but yeah, it's good. So the record's going to be in really good condition.
Yeah, needle never
no
touched
scratched
it.
up.
Kids tossing it around.
Yeah. And then got like the cool graphics. Yeah. I don't know, just another thing. No, honestly, those right there. And then I bought some greatest stuff. Wasn't going to, but I think I paid $100 a piece.
Ooh.
Yeah, 9.8. I had to look at this closely. I had to go find a good light to verify that it's 9.8
because the low light. Yeah.
Well, no, you can't trust CGC anymore. I've seen 9.2s and 9.8 capsules, like my Wolverine 8 that I have at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Have I showed that to you yet?
No.
No. Sometime, if you ever come by the shop, Again, I'll show it to you. It's there as a museum piece. And the guy I bought this from had a Wolverine 1 9.8. Same situation. You know, it's not 9.8. You know, I should have bought it off him so I could add it to my collection. And CGC doesn't know how to grade. You know, these now 7.5. You know, yeah. I mean, that's close. This book's been cleaned. You can tell.
Yeah.
They all have at this point, but these are good. This is definitely a 9.8. You know, and a Tomb of Drac 2.
Oh, dude.
You know, these will go into the store.
Colors look good on that.
Yeah.
But also, like, that's clean. The back of that is like.
Yeah, I mean 7.0. Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of grade I personally collect. I like them raw.
Yeah.
Like if I get a graded book, like my buddy Brandon was there. I bought these stuff at Brian, but Brandon was there, and he had some pre-code horror stuff I liked. I was like, man, if it was raw, I'd probably buy it off you. But if it's graded, I gotta sell it. Like my personal collection, I want raw. It's just it's a thing I have, you know. That way the store gets some stuff too.
Sure.
Otherwise, I keep it all.
Well, I was thinking about that on the way over, and it's like, so going back, we know that George liked comics from
when he was a kid. Well,
from back before there was no TV.
Well, yeah. Well, there was TV, but he didn't have it. But like sure. You know, like back then, man, there wasn't a lot of stuff for kids. Not like today, where it's hard to that internet's tough to compete with anything, even for us adults.
Yeah.
You know, our own personal our hobbies and passions suffer due to the internet distraction. So you know, back then, comic books was one of all kids read comic books, just about. You know, because it was for kids and. Not so much anymore. Now you got parents going, where are the kids' comics? You know, like they all used to be kids' comics pretty much, you know. Yeah. It wasn't so censoring.
Yeah.
You know, PG-13 was the beginning of the end.
So when you were younger, you know, Dad being into comics made it really easy for
Random
you to
photo
say.
Found in a collection.
Okay.
I have a little collection of these at the
Whoever
shop.
that may happen to be here, let's get a
This is cool. I have a baggie of like 5 photos. Random photo. It looks like from the 90s or early 2000s. You know.
See if we can find them. The internet.
Yeah. But yeah, random photo. You know, I've got like 4 or 5 of them at the shop. Like just you find a photo in a book or in a bottom of a tote.
Yep.
It's just neat.
Because when I was growing up, nobody in my family was into books. I was the first one, obviously books, but I was the first one that discovered comic books. So for me, when I would go into Coliseum over there off of 441, when it was a little closet, when it was a little right next to Quincy's, I wasn't drawn to the stories. For me, it was the covers. It was I would go through and look at the image quality on the front and who looks like a badass, who looks, you know, that looks cool.
Well, back then you could judge a book by the cover because the interior would reflect what was on the cover.
Yes.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of lipstick on a pig. But, yeah, I mean, I got into comic books on my own, though. I was at summer Camp Weewaw. Somebody had comic books. They had ElfQuest 1 and 2, and I'm like, oh, man, that looks cool. And I read it. Hooked.
Yeah. As soon as you get home, I got to get this. Yeah.
Hooked. Well, I mean, it does help that I read one of the greatest comic stories ever made in my lifetime, which is ElfQuest.
Okay.
And that's real. You know, good is good no matter what you like. Good is good.
Sure.
I'm not big on country, but I love good country.
But what you touched on was so the shop would have something as well. And I thought about it, just because someone is a collector does not mean that they would be good at running the business part of it, because it's real hard to let go of that grail, that thing that I want. This is so
that's why you gotta have more than one.
Well, true.
Makes it easier to sell them. You know, like super high grade stuff I'm not into, so I can sell that.
Sure.
You know, I just, you know, and I got stuff that I've had, you know, I got before the shop. But what comes in the shop stays in the shop. Very, very, very little stuff have I ever
acquired,
gotten in and taken out. You know.
So I know a part of it was early on. You worked for a comic book store when you were much younger.
Yep, Adventure into Comics.
Yep. Chris Clem
over there at Manatees, by the Navy base.
Yep.
It was a video rental comic book store with an adult room.
Nice. But also with George's history with the shows.
Yeah, traveling.
You've got some experience with, this is what inventory costs. This is how to manage inventory.
Oh, yeah.
This is how to display inventory in a manner that is catching to the eye, will draw people in, make them want to look, make them want to poke around. So these are things that, like, just the regular collector may not have that experience. They're not lucky enough to have
Yeah.
You know, so I was thinking about that on the way over and like what it is that determines this goes in the personal and no, I can let this go because it's in the shop.
I
And this
have
is
so much stuff, so you
Sure.
know, and then like I don't mind. I hang out at the shop a lot. I hang out in here a lot more often too. You know, but I hang
the
out.
shop is your personal
yeah,
collection.
you know,
That's
yeah. I mean, well, I mean, I manicure it. You know, I went and bought all these comics. These are all going in the shop. I was just having fun today.
sure.
You know, it's part of the reason why I have the shop. I get to go to a convention, drop, you know, $1,100 on whatever, and it's just going to the shop, you know, and as long as I don't lose money on it, but hopefully, you know,
Even if you break even,
I dig
you're-
through the dollar bins, you know, and you find $1 books, and you probably
Oh,
put in a
man.
back issue for $4, you know, you
Dude.
can make a living doing that
just yesterday
if you pick the right stuff.
I was telling Snow about that Bubba the Redneck Werewolf, and like that out of my whole life, that was the biggest dollar bin find I ever. And it was bagged, boarded, and it's immaculate.
Yeah.
It's immaculate.
Sean Surface did that book.
They didn't know what they had.
Yeah,
they didn't know what they had.
It's a very niche book. You gotta, yeah, that's the thing. You catch a store shop owner that's lazy and not super knowledgeable. I mean, everybody knows, you know, Hulk 181 and
Sure.
you know, X-Men 266
Yeah.
and New Mutants 98. They know Albedo 2.
Yeah.
You know, do they know this other obscure, you know, I know enough to know that any video game comic or any,
Yeah.
you know, old anime comic or,
Turtles.
you know,
Legacy
Street
Team.
Fighter stuff, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and I have a shop, so I just know what people are looking for. And, you know, I go looking for it myself. It's like, hey, you got any of this? And I'm like looking at my back. He's like, no, I don't have any of this.
But
Next
now
time
I know
go
I
the
need to
show,
find some.
I'm
Yeah,
looking, you know.
I'm looking for it,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't have any Simpsons comics. I went to the Ocala Comic Con. I bought almost all the Simpsons comics in the room.
Yeah.
You know, Dragon Ball Z, Tank Girl was the one. I didn't have any Tank Girl comics. I bought a couple Tank Girl comics today.
That's pretty surprising.
You
Yeah.
know,
And those are good ones.
Tank Girl's, you know, obscure.
Sure.
You know, 90s, late 80s
Yeah.
stuff. You know, like the good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the first run of Tank Girl is like the first run of Evil Ernie, man. They're pricey and
Yeah.
rare. I mean, the first run of Evil Ernie with the first Evil Ernie, First Lady Death, you know, 100, 200, 400.
Yeah.
You know, those you used to be able to find those in the dollar bins.
Yeah.
You know?
Multiple copies.
You know,
in the
Cry
dollar
for
bins.
Dawn stuff. I'm
Yeah.
a big Greg Williams, the dark one. You know, I like Joseph Michael Linsner, but I love the dark one even more.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't even know what's in here, what's what. It was just going in.
Okay.
You know, we'll take it and I'll explain my thought process and who I bought it off of. You know, oh, this is a good one. We'll save that one a little bit. These are good. Ah, fuck it. This I bought off Tom Rock. He's a really good friend.
Okay.
You know, I really should just give him all my money. But
Owns a shop or just a private
no,
collector?
he's just one. He's
Nice.
called the Con Father. He started the Daytona Con, the DeLand Con, Brick City. He started a lot of conventions in Central Florida.
Sure.
And he does a lot of conventions. I first met him at MegaCon many years ago. So, you know, Giant Size. This is for the shop. Giant Size Chillers. I don't know if you know me, but Smiley is kind of a nickname for me.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna
I'm always smiling.
try and get the least
Remember
amount of glare
when
here.
we played Counter Strike and it was the goddamn evil clan?
Yeah.
I was,
GD
I was
Smiley.
goddamn evil Smiley.
Yeah.
You know, so I always liked it. I have a little pin of this too. This is Chaos. This is Lady Death stuff. It's just fun stuff. The Tank Girls.
Now, had you not been asked about it, you didn't realize you didn't have any because you're managing so much.
I wouldn't have known to.
It wasn't until you realized that you
Yeah.
didn't have any that, like, wait a minute, that was some pretty dope
this is
stuff from the
cool.
90s. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for foils. That just looks cool. You know why I got that?
Oh, yeah.
Warp Graphics stands for Wendy and Richard Peeney. They formed their own publishing company, you know, off the success of ElfQuest, just to produce their own stuff. Because, you know, back then it was just, you know, Marvel, DC, and Marvel took their stuff and printed it, you know, through Epic.
Yeah, because I've seen some. Marvel
That's
Quest
how
stuff.
I discovered it, you know.
Yeah.
So I just buy this for fun. You know, I'm sure it's, you know, that's Red Lance and is that Moonshade? No, Nightfall.
I like Captain Obese.
Captain Obese, yeah. Yeah. Distant Soul, Unicorn Island. You know, this company went bankrupt, you know. It's tough in the 80s. A lot of, you know, I got that. Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Simon Bisley.
Bisley.
The Biz. I'm a big fan of his
Yeah.
art. You know, Simon Bisley. kitchen sink. It's just fun stuff. And that's half of it. Is just buying what you like.
I think that's what, not just the writing for Lobo, but that was like a big factor to
Simon Bisley, yeah.
Yeah.
I just need, more,
He did a lot of Constantine,
I just
too.
need more Spider-Man Silver Age in my back issue. So Tom gives me really good deals, so I just buy whatever he has,
Oh, yeah.
30 sub 50 Spider-Man, for under $100, and
with a good solid cover on it too.
And Tom gives me, like, next time he comes to my shop, I'm just gonna give him stuff. Whatever you want, just like take it.
Sure.
Early Ghost Rider appearance.
Yeah.
This is early.
That Springer front end, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. The guy drew that definitely knows motorcycles. Probably had a good time drawing that motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's the
good
404 Tank Girl. This is like first Men in Black. Rare book. Used to be big time money, but it's not really anymore.
Is that pre-movie?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Well, because that's what caused him to make the movie was.
Yeah. And Space Ghost.
That's the one that just came. Yeah, 350 cover, right? Yeah.
It's rough. That's why it's so cheap. This book's always fucked up. This is, language and dollar. Yeah, 1990.
Yeah.
1990. Rough copy is what it is. No wonder it was so cheap. I'm terrible. I don't really look at stuff. I just buy. I'm not. I find it insulting. I mean, like, if I gotta take the books out of the bag and board and look at them, I don't trust you as a dealer. So the 15, but it was so cheap it didn't matter. Normally that book's in like mint condition. It's like $75, $100. I had like a mint one I sold for like $150.
This is nice because it gives me ideas of what to keep an eye out for while I'm out poking around.
Got some more Tom Ropp stuff. John Neville. On my way out, I stopped by Tom Ropp and I had like $50 left in my pocket, and I just bought a stack of stuff.
Rocco.
Modern Life. Yeah, just, kid stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, man thing.
Dark Deep Swamp Fear. Spider-Man. Brother Voodoo.
Yeah.
This is early, too.
Yep.
I didn't check for Marvel value stamps, but I bought it off of Tom.
Sure.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Werewolf.
This might be a Marvel value stamp. Any 25-cent book, I check for a Marvel value stamp. There are some 20-cent books that have them as well. Not many. It's mainly the 25-centers. Look at that, man. The Kanye cover. Undervalued. I'm telling you, man, 10 years from now, this will be good stuff. Trump's Space Force. This is just fun. I didn't pay these prices. I probably paid $40 for the pair. I don't know. First appearance of Pac-Man. Yeah. John Neville's always got cool, weird stuff. He's big into the video games. He has a whole run of like Blip comics.
Okay.
Which is like a back like the 80s,
Yeah.
80s, Just neat. This stuff's, up and coming. The Gundam, Tokyo Pop.
Well, that's another one that's been around.
That's why I have some of the coolest
long
back
time.
issues, because I go to shows and I procure them. Avatar: Last Airbender. They're always asking for that. The kids are.
Yeah.
We know what that.
Oh yeah,
man. Fucking hand.
Kalima.
Yeah.
Num Shibai.
Oh, this is the first one though.
Yeah.
That's
It's Raiders, not a Temple.
Yeah, I don't know. It's football stuff. Spire, Christian comics. Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys. Rough shape too. Rough.
Art imitates life.
Yeah. I mean, they got the trophy right there. This is 70s, 35 cent. It's first print. The 39 censors is second. I think. I don't know. Oh, we got the gold. Marriage of Hercules and Xena, #1 gold variant, Alex Ross. That means it's very early. Alex Ross. That's just cool. I'm a sucker for the gold foils. Means back then it was probably an incentive.
Sure.
You know, like early, like some of the first incentives. Space Ghost, Archie, #1. Dino Boy. The old Space Ghost. Space Ghost is still super popular. I was getting it. And I get to Dune.
I love that.
Yeah, not Dynamite, Hanna-Barbera Dynamite. $5. I didn't pay this for it. I don't know.
Well, that's if you look along the left side, your Hanna-Barbera Laugh Olympics, man.
Yeah.
Where they do the.
It's just the spine ticks, you know.
and-
It is what it is. Yeah, she's probably like a 4.0. She's rough.
Jibber jabber.
Yeah, it's rough shape. You know, the more I look at it, the worse it gets. Take it out of the bag. Oh, 3.0. Oh man, what am I doing? But as long as I can sell it for $5, I don't care. You know, I
Sure.
don't lose money. It's just about
It's
living
cool,
life and having
yeah.
a good time. You know? Oh yeah, she rough. She rough. Cream color pages. Yeah, definitely a 4.0, maybe a 3.5. But it's just cool.
I feel like it contributes to the authenticity. When something is too nice from too long ago, to
It
me,
did live
it
no
gives
life.
a facile. Like,
Like the guy at the show had a Richie Rich 1. You know, like,
yeah.
you know, $1,000 on it and just writing on it because it's a kid's book. You know?
Yes.
The kid didn't draw on it. Like,
It
what kid
yeah.
had this? You know?
Yeah.
Little Elvira #1. She's always hot.
Yeah.
This, now, it's like $60. What are we doing here? You know, but it's the Sega one. It probably came with
Yeah.
the video game. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and like, you know, and they're never in high grade. You know, but I'm a big Aliens, and Colonial Marines is like the shit.
Yeah.
So 2012 SDCC variant, hard to find. Sega Gearbox,
Yeah.
John Neville.
Well, yeah, San Diego Comic Con
Man,
variant.
we put
so.
the board in the middle like a weirdo.
Okay. So you can see the back, but that's still weird to me. Homies.
It is. Now, he had $100 on this, and I wasn't having it. And I'm like really upset because like when this came out, I bought them. I bought a ton of them, all the covers, variants. This is really early on in the shop. They didn't sell, and I ended up putting them in the dollar bin. And they're all gone. And I'd regret.
Yeah.
'Cause I love homies.
Well, if you remember,
I love the homies.
when we would go to Perkins or Denny's, they had the
Yeah.
little quarter turn machine,
Yeah.
and you could get the little homies figures for
Yeah.
like 25 cents, 50 cents.
50 cents
Uh-huh.
probably for them. Yes. So, but yeah, $100. Just, you know, that they go for that much, and you know, I didn't. I'm usually good about stuff like that. You know.
Sure.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I love the homies. They're very cool. Very cool. I mean, I like his packaging. What's going on here? You know, and I've looked at this. He's had this for
Like
at,
this.
at least 2 years, and I've looked at it every time. So
We're saving it.
I beat him up pretty bad. I think it was 60% off. You know. But I was looking, you know, I've talked to it and looked at it, you know, and he wants to get rid of it, you know.
Sure. He wouldn't have a
Yeah.
sticker on it otherwise. Oh, yeah, Luchador.
Yeah, we got the fucking. And this is Dynamite, so there probably would have been 13 different covers,
Sure.
you know. And I bought a collection of like cases of the homies figures still on the cards, like you know, with like 12 homies on the card.
Yeah.
You know, like the dealers would have got to put them in the machines. And then I went down a rabbit hole, and I was this close to buying some huge homie lot. I didn't even know they had cars.
20. Oh, yep.
Yeah, low riders,
Low riders
and shit,
and-
man.
yep.
I was like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
but what am I gonna do? It's just gonna be in a box in this, you know, somewhere. But you know, I like if I had a bigger shop, I'd have more. I like just buying
Sure.
shit just to
To
have
display,
cool,
just to look at. Yeah.
well,
yeah.
sell it, but have like cool shit in the shop.
Yeah.
You know, I don't sell anything online, so when people come into the store, you're gonna see badass shit because I didn't sell it all on eBay.
Yeah.
I can afford, my
I've been
business-
to a lot of shops, and I ain't never seen homies figures. I remember, you know,
well,
getting them out of the
mine
quarter
aren't in-
machine, 25.
Mine aren't in the shop either. They're
Sure.
somewhere. Somewhere. I think they're in a box underneath the table at the shop. Get rid of that. They're going around the room. Oh. I bought stuff off of, I don't know, a few of the vendors. This is the father and son
Oh, yeah.
in the back.
Look at
Yeah, the
that.
Crusades. Yeah, man, $3. I think I paid $2 for it. Classics Illustrated. It's just a cool cover, man. Crusades.
Yeah.
That painted cover. I mean, she's rough. This was in the $2 bin. It was
Wow.
$3, but I negotiated down to 2.
Sure.
You know, and Turok for $2. Painted cover. Dinosaur Volcano. That's cool. $2 for GI Combat. 12 center. Haunted Tank and Ghost Ace. I'll buy them all.
Yep.
Every one I can find.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even sure if these are first prints or not. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
$6 a piece is actually a good
Yeah.
deal. These are in
Oh, dude.
decent shape, man. Be wall books at my store.
Yeah.
You know, and they look
Look at
all
that.
cool hanging up
Yep.
there.
Oh my God, the covers on that.
Yeah, like a Terminator set, $10. That's cool. Batman, Superman aliens. The blue tape.
At least they're bagged and boarded.
I got every bag and board.
Talking to you, Coliseum.
I got every bag and board all these. I got to put them in my bags and boards. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Great. It's why you always find Aliens, Terminator, Predator stuff in my shop, man. I buy it wherever I see it. Rescue it from dollar bins. You know, because like individually it's a 4-issue miniseries, you know, and I'll buy them all at the dollar bins until I get the whole series. And once you have the whole series, it's a little bit more valuable because they're all there. Wizards. Piles. I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Which is what?
Probably pricing all this stuff.
Processing.
Yeah, listen to YouTube all day, process books.
I'm going to come out and fish.
All right.
Intermittently, we'll come in and... Look at that. Trying to get the least amount of glare here. There we go.
It's just light.
Yeah. And I wonder if I aim it just back a touch. Yeah.
His first appearance is 110, so this is like 15 issues in. I bought these off of Angelo.
Okay.
Paste Pot Pete. And funny thing, I didn't mean to buy. They're just sitting there and putting away. Somebody else was looking at them and didn't want them. It's like, I'll buy them.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it. I wanted to buy something off him anyway, so it changed me from having to figure out what was what. Here's some dollar bin stuff. Oh, this is, dude. Guy had this for $1.
It's signed by like 47 people.
I mean, remember the Extreme Studios? This is Tour 93. This is like the first year of Image, and they went on tour.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually Rob Liefeld's fucking shit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Liefeld signature on there.
Somewhere.
You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 signatures.
For $1, yeah.
For $1.
Oh, yeah. There's some inside.
There's some inside too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That could be.
9, 10, 11, 12. Jesus.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Rob Liefeld right there. I don't know, did he cite it again there?
I think that's part of the print of the book. Maybe.
It could be. Who knows? Yeah, it's part of the book. That way you know whose signature it is.
Yeah.
But these guys are probably all the signatures of the book. You know? But, oh, yeah. Extreme Comics Zero coupon.
Yeah.
Remember you send it in? Remember the Image Zero?
Yep.
Dan Fraga.
I hope he's doing well.
Danny Mickey, Norm Ratman, Richard Horry, Chuck Jones, Paul Scott, yeah. Eric Stevenson, Kurt Hathaway. Oh, it could be related.
That's one thing that Image around that time really spent their money on dudes that could draw. Guys and gals, you know, just people who can draw.
Is there more signatures on the back? Are these signatures or are these just printed? It's just like printed.
Yeah, because it cuts
All right.
off.
You're right. These probably aren't signatures either.
I usually am.
I don't know. I can't tell. These are definitely signatures. But yeah, nine signatures on that for $1.
Yeah.
My dad's, I felt bad. I almost felt bad. I didn't want to, because the guy I bought it from is there, and I don't want to be like, didn't know what he didn't care.
Sure.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it is. Just for $1.
Dude. Mario 3 homage cover? Yeah, dude.
That was another $1. Because people love Gambit, so I'm just like, whenever I find it for $1, Gambit, Rogue.
Yeah, why not?
In the back issue, as long as they're not too thrashed.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer for $1.
Oh, yeah. You love you some
Hanna-Barbera. Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera.
One thing to note on the Space Ghost Super TV Heroes. Turns out it was missing the centerfold, so the middle page that folds over that actually makes up, 4 separate pages of content. Usually it's an ad, but it ended up being missing out of this one. So good lesson on, even if you do trust the dealer or the person you're getting it from, ultimately you're spending your hard-earned money to acquire it. So does it meet your standards or not? If you go through this and open that up,
That's the man himself.
Notice it before.
Sword looks a little small. Like what's going on there? What is going on here? I didn't realize that, but what is going on here? It doesn't look right. It does not look right at all. I don't think he would be holding the sword there. I think, and the guy who drew this lost his perspective. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he wanted the hand down. He just, somewhere on the drawing of this, he lost. He should have started over.
Hold on, now I gotta look and see.
What?
We're gonna pull up an image of
What?
Of Conan holding a sword.
Right there.
Yeah, but the way he's doing it, just to see if, because I swear.
I mean, does that make sense? Logically, it's like hold the gun with your hand over the barrel.
Well, I'm not a barbarian, so.
Yeah, I think he should have.
I'm looking up. Hang on. Oh, so yep. Look at there. Look at there.
Well, goddamn.
Look at that. So.
I'm wrong. I still don't look right. It looks photoshopped.
It does kind of actually.
Like the internet, your phone's listening to us, and your phone's the internet's definitely out to get me.
Well, no. Here's an actual image. Okay, that is.
All right. Yeah.
Yep. But if you look at the blade,
I think there's stuff wrapped around right there.
Well, there's a border on it right here to protect yourself. Like that's not cutting edge.
All right.
That's just a big ass sword.
I'm retarded. I'm wrong.
No, we discovered something. That's okay.
Yeah. It would have been nice if he painted some kind of background back there. Oh yeah,
I love that.
I always, this is how I get them. I have to go buy them places, and strawberry shortcake. Number 3. I'll buy these anytime I see them. $8, man. Rob Zombie, Spook Show. Oh yeah. Ghouls, Girls, and Gorillas.
Nice.
It's the 3rd Magic comic I bought.
Okay.
I save these all the time. Well, we sell Magic, so I just always, I feel like sometimes.
Related, yeah.
Sometime these Magic comics will be worth money. This, I got the whole set for $1.
What?
Yeah. She's a little rough, but,
But $1 for $3, $4, $5,
Yeah, I got the whole set. I can make a set. At least get 10 out of it. Maybe 8.
Wraparound cover.
Yeah. Herb Trimpe. This is good stuff. Footloose.
That from Angelo too?
Dusty. Flash. It's my favorite G.I. Joe guy of all time right there, just in case you wanted to know. That's my boy. I loved that figure. When I need to get like a on-card one.
He had the backpack that had the sleeping bag on top. That, it was a dark bluish, greenish.
And he had the desert camo with the little flaps. It'd be a little tripod Yeah, tripod thing, which is always missing when you find the figure now. I still have my original one, and I need to get one. I want to get one on the card, but GI Joe figures on the card are like more expensive than Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
They are not cheap. Another one for $1, signed. It's only signed one time though. Is that Rob Liefeld?
Looks like it.
It does. You know, what's it cost to go signed Liefeld?
Get him. Yeah.
What does it cost to go get a Rob Liefeld signature? You know, like an hour line and $40.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna go get that signed at that artist thing.
This is?
Yep. I was gonna bring that and get it signed.
Well, who was there? You sure would?
No.
This is you should have you read that book?
Yeah.
This is one of the best Doctor Strange. I don't remember what's in it, but I do remember when from back in the day reading it. It left such an impression that I was like, this is one of the best. Just if you want to pick up a Doctor Strange book and read it, this is it. You got Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Silver Surfer. I'm in. You know, I love all three of them dudes and this dude. And I actually have one of the panels at my shop is this cover. And Randy did it. It's one of the last ones he did before he passed away. And he captured the image of this beautifully. It looks just like this cover. Even with the foiling and everything, I was like, it's really nice. There's two of these in here. Yeah, these were $1. You know, I bought this for $1. Oh, that's probably rough, but fuck it. You know, Weird Western Tales, Scalp Hunter. I love Indian shit.
Yeah.
I like the Weird Western Tales and the Weird War Tales. They're both badass series. Oh yeah, I got Veronica going everywhere. Veronica in Hollywood, Veronica in Paris. You know, she probably wouldn't go there now. Veronica in Africa.
Because it would be like that.
Yeah. Veronica in Africa. Veronica in Japan. It's just cool. Veronica in Hollywood. Veronica in India. Monkey stole her purse. It's great. There's another one. Just look at that cover.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mesmerizing. Look how the circles spin.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, we do. Marvel's got the swimsuit issue coming out again.
Okay.
You know, there's like a Jim Lee in here. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Marvel's gonna put a dude in a bikini.
They did back then too, but it's like a dude. It's a dude and a girl. It's not Beast. #1.
That's sick.
For $1. For $1 all day long, man. Doctor Who. This is like 1980.
It's not my thing, but people love it.
People like it. These are rough too. You know, I'm probably gonna put like $4 on. I don't know. I'll grade them. And
there we go.
this for $1 is a steal.
Yes.
It's a steal. You know.
Yeah.
That's great. U.S. $1.79.
I'll give you $2 for it right now.
I mean, you can have it if you want it.
Cool. I do. The kid will love that.
What?
Well, I will love. Oh, Captain N. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got plenty of those on the wall.
I bought some romance stuff.
Okay.
Casper's Ghost
You
Plan.
love you so. The first time I met you, and we're talking what 1993.
Yeah.
You were wearing a Harvey hat that had Casper on it.
Yeah. The movie had just come out, and I got a cap.
Oh, Christina Ricci.
Because I also worked at a comic book store, and we got like a promotional
Yeah.
Harvey hat, and I snagged it. And I sweated the shit out of that. I might still have it somewhere. Time for Love. I mean, $5 a piece. You know.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Oh yeah.
It was just neat. Those magnificent men and their flying machines. My only love. I love you. I don't know. It's just cool. The thing. Madhouse. I like the outfits.
Yeah, Beatniks, man.
Yeah, I mean, 12 cents.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's rough, but, you know, she's there.
Just takes you back to that time.
Just married. Oh, keep.
Aw.
Yeah. Oh.
Somebody didn't keep
We
it.
got Irish and a Jew getting together? What's going on?
Could be.
They're definitely upset about it.
Yeah, there's some.
Oh, this is this is
Should a Jewish
controversial.
boy and Irish girl fall in love?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, dude, they knew.
Yeah.
They knew. Look at them. This is cool.
Yeah.
The history.
How
Free
much was that?
posters. Brian Foster. I wonder if the poster's in there. There for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. that was a really good score
Yeah, absolutely.
for a buck. Oh, is that all of them? God damn, we went through all that.
That's 40 minutes.
Nice. Ugh. Tons and tons of stuff.
So then tomorrow, if you're going to go process, then if that's on your,
I mean, I
your
might do it
docket,
tonight too. Who knows?
Sure.
Yeah,
Well, but
see,
that's how
well,
long does that process take? Can you get through all of them?
I mean, if it's not work. I do it leisurely. I'm sitting here, watching
listening to YouTube,
and
podcasts,
listening to podcasts. That's why I like the long format stuff. I like
Yeah,
an hour,
yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to like search for shit.
Sure.
You
Or make
know.
a playlist of repeated stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm not doing that. That sounds like work.
Sure.
You're
already doing work.
Yeah. So just, checking it out.
And then eventually we're going to make our way around and do some vault hunting in here.
This is what's left of that Superboy collection I had that we bought. These things are the worst
Oh, yep.
things ever created for Cormacs. These are terrible.
Ultra Pro, right?
These are the worst. Well, they're meant to be like, oh, you don't need a board. They're stiff. They're rigid, man. But
Yeah.
like, this plastic is so sharp.
It breaks after a while.
I mean, like I've had to cut them out, just because I've pulling them out, they'll catch and just shred the whole
the
spine.
paper will stick to the plastic.
Well, but it'll shred. I'm trying to see if I can find one where they damaged it putting in there, because they use these to put them in there right before they brought them to me to sell, and I was like, I wish they were just like raw,
Bagged and
flopping
boarded.
around.
Yeah.
Well, these things are just terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. This is a semi-key
that's
issue.
classic.
Aqua Boy.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see where it's caught snags. Yeah. If it's folded in half right there, it's got some water damage. But like pulling this out, like these little tears right here, that's from putting it in there. That's a little better shape. This series should be called A Boy and His Dog, because like crypto's in every issue. But I mean, these cringeworthy. Like this is we're using baseball card technology for comic books, and it's just you're not supposed to 3-ring binder your stuff. It's just it's dumb. Yeah, I cringe. Yeah, I damaged some getting them out. I'm really upset because I was, especially some of the older stuff. I didn't realize it until like a little bit into.
You're better off just cutting the side.
I've done that, and this that drives me
that
crazy.
happens. Yeah.
Because like I'm like when I do it, man. Like if I bag and board and I see that, I gotta pull it out, put it in there so it doesn't catch. Flatten it all out so it presents better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like a Neil Adams cover. So this is cool. A little Frankie on the back. Spine roll. A little extra over there. At least, missing a chunk. 2.5. Superboy. No, you coming to check us out? Huh? Come here to see us? He hangs out back here when it gets too stressful up front.
I understand.
He'll come back here and see me for some good vibes. There's some 11s.
Where's your hedgehog?
Yeah. There's the Superboy. Oh, that's cool. Just walking underwater.
Oh yeah.
I like that one. Oh.
Culty, man.
That's something going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Fighting a bear. I think there's a shirtless bear fighter cover that is homage to that.
Yep.
Actually.
Yep. Yeah, I remember now. That's actually in decent shape too. These are 70s, 20 centers, 1972, 71. I had to stop processing them. I was running out of room in the Superboy. There's two in here.
You got to shift around stuff where you're like, if I got to move entire series.
Steve and my dad bought this collection, and I'm like, I got more Superboys, and I was like, I'll hold on to them for you. Just down here. Shit everywhere. What's this thing?
Oh, is that Batman? That's Batman's dick.
This is it's not worth anything. That's why I'm not selling this. It's actually a catalog, but it's Wendy Peeney cover art. You know, the go backs and the trolls.
Yeah.
I always liked when they were riding like the caribou. Badass. But this is this is before the internet. Oh, look at that.
Wrap around, yeah.
Beautiful piece of art. You know, interior.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pre-internet stuff, fanzine.
Yeah.
You know, that's just cool stuff. Bam. Speaking of ElfQuest, welcome back. Yeah. That's like from Wizards. You know the Wizards cartoon from the 70s?
Yeah.
Ralph Bakshi?
Yeah.
That's that kind of one. That's that. Yeah. Bakshi Productions Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Fun fact, Wendy came this close to being one of the animators on the Hobbit cartoon. Imagine what could have been if she's
if she had done it.
She's very talented.
Yeah.
You know.
I might have enjoyed it.
I'm going
at
to
that point.
Heroes. Look at that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Strongbow. I used to be better with the name. That's Tree Stump back there. I can see the silhouette. Skywise.
Skywise.
Cutter. Is that Moonshade or Clearbrook? Nightfall.
Yes to all.
No, I'm pulling my ElfQuest card. I need to study up some more. But yeah, I mean, the internet killed all this kind of stuff. You know, but it was way cooler, you know. The internet just killed everything. It sucks. We'll get to do this. But I mean, you know, but there's a lot of things that, you know.
I like that we can use it as a tool to bash
Yes, but if you use it too much, it makes you the tool.
it. Ooh, that's pretty profound.
Chest cover.
Okay. What is a chest cover? Get it in the light so I can see it.
Well, this is twofold. It attracts chess and religious. You know, so it's very, you know, like, you know.
What makes? Oh, got it. They're
Chess,
playing
you know,
the game of chess.
Yes,
on there.
they're playing chess.
Yep.
Frankie's big into chess covers.
Yep.
So I bought a big Charlton collection, and I discovered this book. And then I went and bought a couple on eBay because I felt like they were too cheap. You know, and I just think it's neat.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's all about. Just buying shit you like. It's cool, not because of the value or, you know, somebody on the internet told you to buy it.
Sure.
You can discover things that way, but as long as you just think it's cool.
Which you've got a book coming up here that
What?
we'll get to it.
Annual 1. Very early Spider-Man. That's Ditko. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's not even drawn like that anymore. You probably think that was like some kind of fan art. You know, in today's standard, you're like, really? They published that? But no, man, it's great. The Masked Crusader. You know, Submariner. Oh, badass. Dr. Doom. It's rough. Got a piece of tape down here. I mean,
Sure.
$275 and a crappy bagging board. 24. Oh, yeah.
Chromium cover.
Battle Chasers Chromium Edition. I'm a sucker for these. Oh, look at that. I think it's wraparound. It is. We gotta see the wraparound goodness. I don't want to fuck up too much. Joe Madura, like this came out. I think we got like 7 issues, legendary, or like 8, 9, 10. Cliffhanger was the company. Is it Cliffhanger? Yeah, Cliffhanger. Image spawned so many companies.
Yeah.
Because they all like broke up into their own little studios.
Well, they proved that they could do, and not all of them were
Yep.
great or successful, but they proved that you
Yeah.
could do it if you,
Yeah.
you know, with a goal in mind and with a little bit of talent.
And then like it just fell off the face of the earth. And then a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, they started Battle Chasers again. So of course I ordered, way too fucking many.
Sure, of course.
This is just a card.
Yeah.
It's signed, but it's just a card that's just there. This is first appearance of ElfQuest.
Nice.
I probably have 6 or 7 copies of this. They announced they might be making a movie, so I bought like 3 more copies.
Sure.
Oh, there's another ElfQuest, number 8. I hoard these, collect them. I have them for sale in the shop too. I'll always have probably the best selection in
Because if you can turn somebody else on to it.
Oh, that's my whole mission in life, is to
Yeah.
find other ElfQuest fans and to turn people on to the greatest comic series ever written. And another rare ElfQuest. Deep goes the rabbit hole with ElfQuest with me. I'm a big fan. What was in here? Oh, Sugarfoot. My dad had a horse named Sugar.
Nice.
I think I paid way too much for that at Megacon one time. They saw me coming. Oh, look at that. We got I really like the black and white.
Sure.
The art, good art really stands out in black and white.
Yeah.
Color helps sometimes, it does here, but it also hides bad art. This is just, it's like a fanzine. This is so cool.
They got poems and shit.
Yeah. You get these little fan art drawings, 1980 period stuff. This is before I went to Epic and Marvel. You could tell this was really special stuff, but just by the fan art and the fandom of it. And it's unknown pretty much, I mean, the people who know, but... Ah, it's cool. I need to read this. I need to go through it. Crossword's not even done. I'm going to do that sometime. I'm going to do the search word. Oh, yeah. This is Leigh's copy.
Mm-hmm.
And, to sell these, they're worth more to me than they are the price
Value-wise,
that they sell.
yeah.
I mean, so I haven't, the common stuff I have no problem putting out there, but something like this, it's probably worth, like $20,
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm not going to buy the internet out of it, but if I see a friend with it, and I'll give him some money for it. Sugarfoot. ElfQuest 5. This is the second print. First print's I think for $1.25.
Okay, so I am not a massive DC or Batman fan at all. But when I heard they were going to show Batman's dick in this comic, I was like, I have to get the copy of Batman's dick, which is called Batman Damned, but I will forever call it Batman's dick. So
I mean, it's like a silhouette of a schlong.
There's actually more than one.
There's
more
a
than one.
couple panels,
But they ended up taking it out, from what I understand.
The second print.
The second print took it out, so I have a Batman's dick.
I believe it's different.
Oh yeah.
Prints. It's book 2. Yeah.
Oh dude.
This is cool. This is first print too. I have 2 of them. I have more than this. Bernie Wrightson, George A. Romero, Creepshow. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how much we lived as kids.
Yeah.
Because I saw this in the theater when I was a kid, and today's oppressive moms would not let that happen. So I feel so bad for kids growing up today because they don't get to live.
Or they don't pay enough attention, and God knows what the kids are watching on the internet. But
but no, I went to. There's no way. You'd have to be 35 before your mom let you watch this now.
Well, normal moms. My mom took me to Children of the Corn.
My mom's pretty normal.
Yeah.
She's super normal. Super mom. Best mom ever.
Mine took me to American Werewolf in London and Children of the Corn.
That came with a freebie. I bought it on eBay. Don't do that. I buy stuff on eBay all the time. That's how you get the good shit. There's just a pile of stuff in here. Randomness. Look at that.
You need a bigger shop?
I need a warehouse. What's back there?
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
I gotta finish the set.
Yeah. It was an okay read. It,
Ooh.
what do you got there? What do we got here?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Warriors.
Squarriors.
Oh man.
So that's along the lines to me
This is
of
the promo for the shop. It would have hung up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. A little shout out to Ashley Wither and Ash Macazo.
yeah. It's very much got an ElfQuest feel, but it's like ElfQuest meets Conan.
I felt like I liked Warriors more than they did. That's the impression I got. You know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was just money in the business to them. It was something special to me. Oh yeah, I'm a triple threat. I'm not just comics. I like vintage toys and I like magic cards and trading cards. I bought all these on eBay. I don't know, it was at a toy show and I remembered these things existed and I was like, oh, you know, like 70, 100 bucks.
Snap.
I think these are fucking good deals. Look at the package art on them. I might put one of these in the shop, you know. Imperious Leader. Oh, look at this guy. I actually have all 3 of these figures. One of them's up there, the dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had these as a kid. I remember them, and like I was looking through an old toy box one day, and I was like, oh. I was at an action figure. I was at the VFW GI Joe Star Wars show, and bought a couple, and next thing you know, I'm buying them on eBay. eBay got everything. It's a dangerous spot.
Yeah.